G'day, my name is Tom. This is the Tap Players YouTube channel. Welcome back to more OMSI 2. Last episode we checked out the video CTR LLE, which was a video I highly recommend you checking it out because it's a really good bus. I also checked out the Karosa C954 so make sure you do check that one out as well. That's from the OMSI BMG group, whatever it is. Anyway, this is the so today's episode we're checking out the Karosa C954E and C954. Which is a pack of two different buses. We'll be checking both out today because there are some differences because of like mechanical. Now this bus has been out for a while, and spoiler alert, I absolutely love this bus to bits. Now sorry if I do stumble my words sometimes because I'm being legit. I just woke up and just said, no, I'm gonna record a video. And I'm just here, keep stumbling my words. This is probably not the third attempt of recording this video because I kept stumbling up my words. Anyway, in terms of the design, I think that looks pretty nice. Very, very simple because that's what the 2000s cars are and vehicles. Very, very simple. And we have, so for terms of the outside openings, we can open the hatch, which is up all the way back here. You can open the rear hatch. We can also open these windows, which is two windows per. Guess you could put it per window. I guess you could say two open windows per window. I don't know. I don't even know what you would call this. What you would call this? Like I said, sorry for the stumbling. On the back here, though, you can actually open two panels. You can open this, which has all your oil fillers and probably washer fluid. No, not washer fluid. Washer fluid would be at the front, wouldn't it? Or your oil right there. And then you can open this up, and this is where your engine is. Unfortunately, it is a texture, which is a bit of a shame, but I wish they could have put more detail into that. And yeah, I mean, in terms of the lights, there's your lights in the back there for your things. I can't do the brakes in reverse without starting the ignition. But yeah, turn that off, because that's going to be annoying. Same thing over here, you can only open from the outside these two little switch windows there. It is a two-door bus, which is very common for a solo bus. And yeah, let's check out that funky interior, shall we? So every skin has a different interior, which is pretty cool. Which is what I've seen in the first attempt. And this has some weird geometric interior, which looks very cool, like pretty fancy for the 2000s bus. Obviously, that's your engine compartments there, and you have your two doors, and you got your grab handles in the back, which are well modelled. There's no stop buttons or anything like that. Like your next stop buttons that you have, so we can't test those out. And yeah, so basically look at the interior, it looks pretty cool. And yeah, let's jump into the dashboard. So the dashboard is well laid out, I would say so myself for what it is. This one is a 5-speed manual as well. And whilst the C954E is a little bit different with that transmission as well. Anyway, in terms of the switch gear, we have your hazard lights. I don't even know what that does. I don't know what that does. I'm not an experienced bus driver. You've got your lighting and your heated mirrors. Your parking brakes down on the left-hand side. Then you have your an aircon vent there right next to the gauges, which you have your tachometer and the speedometer, and everything else is digital, which I'll show you how that works. So you have your radio there, which I'm not going to turn on because of copyright, but can you turn it on, though? Let me just move on. With the steering wheel, you can take the steering wheel off. Well, I think you can. I don't know. So you got that, then you got sound for the cabin as well as the driver. So I think this is more of a coach bus, which I should have checked out season 1, but I didn't end up doing. So then you have your light switches here, and something else for like resetting your ignition, I think, or something like that. Then you have your tachograph, which I can turn it on. I'll turn the tachograph on down here. Then you have your engine heater, some more air conditioning stuff, like heated seats, and all that good stuff. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means, yeah. And then you got two doors. Obviously, your front door and the back door is your air conditioning panel there to set your air conditioning, like your fan speed and everything like that. And this is your ticket printer. Anywho, I think we're ready to start the ignition to check out the electronics. So I'm going to turn on the ignition. To do that, you press whatever you set your E button to on your steering wheel, your controller, or whatever. For me, it's the A button on my Logitech G920. So press that, and the ignition comes to life. You have all your lights that come on, and they will gradually go away. They don't mean anything, even the globes on light doesn't mean anything. Then you have your door lights flashing, you have your ABS light, your parking brake light, your exclamation point, your stop light. That weird light van that I saw there, battery bottom, battery 2. So for the electronics, this vehicle are all functional. So you have your outside air temp, your I guess you could say your coolant gauge or your water temp. Then you have your oil pressure. Your fuel gauge would have 185 litres, I presume, or 185 kilometres. I'm not too sure. And then you have your brake pressure, which have 3.1 in the back, in the front, 4.6 in the back. Trip meter, as well as your battery voltage, which shows 0, but when you start the bus, it'll say 24. So pretty simple, self-explanatory. You also have your kilometres, which we have 80,414 kilometres, which is nothing. I thought it would have more than... Stumbling my words again. I thought it would have more than that because it is a mid-2000s bus. Anyway, so to start it, if you want, you can push the clutch down if you want to be realistic, and then you hold down your whatever your M key is set to. So it could be your start button, whatever your engine's on and off button is. For my case, it is the Xbox button. So let's hear how it sounds. And there we go. And that was a cold start at minus 16 degree weather. As you can see, the battery voltage is now up. I'm not flicking on that so I can actually see the engine warming up. So oil pressure is at 16 psi, I'm pretty sure, or 16, I don't know, 16 bar, 1.6 bar or something like that. And yeah, we'll take the parking brake off. Let the that come to life. So, for the shift pattern, so if you put it into first gear is always at the top left in this bus, but second gear and fourth gear are in weird positions. Second gear is where fourth gear would be in this bus. Even though it won't matter to you, if you're driving this bus in real life, that's something you'll need to know. Third gear is at the same place as third gear. Fourth gear is where reverse gear or sixth gear would be, depending what transmission you're driving. Traditional reverse gear on a 5-speed manual. Then you have fifth gear, which is at the top right, and then you have your reverse gear, which will also play a reverse beat. And then you have neutral, where neutral obviously is. It's right in the middle of the gear shift, and you can shake the gear stick, you can wiggle the stick. Alright, let's give it a rev to see how it sounds. Let's actually get the brake pressure on it. If I do it this way, it's so much quicker. It does sound good though. I think it's built up pressure now. So we'll see. I think it has, yeah. Yep, parking brake light's gone, so we can go take it for a drive. Without it beeping at me, because I think it'll do it when I turn the ignition off. Yeah, it'll beep like that. Anyway, start back up. Let's go. So, clutch off, let's see where it's going to grab. About 60%. No, let's go. That will beep for a bit. That will always happen when you initially start the bus. So driving the bus to initial from pulling off, it actually drives very nice. Not a bad gearbox for a 5-speed gearbox in the C954. Sorry, I keep stumbling my words, I do apologise for that. Anyway, let's go put it to 50 gear, let's put it down to 50. So at 50 km an hour, you're around about 1100 up here. It looks like the dashboard is well calibrated. Turn the ignition on, you don't hear a click sound when you turn the indicator on, which is sad. So turning left. Now, as we always do, we in a manual bus, we'll put it into second gear. And we get to test how well it pulls off in second gear. Say for example, if you've got to select first gear, can you start off in second gear? Let's find out. So it goes to show you how well the clutch works. Right, let's... Yes, oh, you almost can't. Well, obviously, I prefer starting first gear, I think. Go a little bit more revs. So rev line's around about 2100 RPM, which is not a huge rev line, but I mean the last bus we drove was very it was probably about 2500 RPM, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, turning right. in a roundabout, and from the series of things, this bus is pretty stable. Turn the left indicator on, but you can't hear it click. Yeah, it just starts beeping. It's a bit of a disappointment because, like all the other buses, so if you're driving, by the way, if you're driving at 60 kilometers an hour, you're around about 1300 RPM. Alright. Now we're going to see how well this bus starts in 5th gear, so I'm not going to touch anything. Then we'll do a U-turn test, and then we'll take it around the track and see how it goes around the track. And then we'll try out the C954E and do the exact same test, because it's a little bit different in terms of mechanicals, otherwise I wouldn't even check it out. But the C954E is actually a little bit different, right? So say for example, you're starting off and you forgot to change from 5th gear, for example, so if you don't know. Yeah, just shut off. Start her up again. Let's put it back in 5th gear. Let's give it a rev, let's give it some help, and let's see what happens. Very slowly lifting off the clutch, and we'll see if we can actually. And yes, you can. About 10 k's an hour you can, so let's just give it a little bit of help. There we go, so you can start in 5th gear. Alright, let's go down the end here and do a U-turn test. So what I'll do is testing the steering radius, I guess you could say, the turning radius, not steering radius, what we're talking about. To see how well this bus does a U-turn, see how well the physics are for the suspension or whatever the steering that the author has implemented, because some buses are pretty good. So we'll see how we go. So right, full lock, let's go. And yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Anyway, not too bad, it's just right in the middle where it should be. Let's go ahead and do a full lap, so we're going to do a 50 roll. In just something. So that wasn't me only using 2 gears. Right, let's go. Actually, you can remember a little bit more. I'll save some things. Let's go. See how well this 5-speed gearbox is. This is the first bus I think I reviewed ever with a 5-speed manual. Like, all the other buses we checked out have 6-speed manuals. Even the, even in season 1, I don't remember, unless the bus that we didn't check out in season 1, episode 9.1, 9.2, and the one that we didn't do in the commentary drive, the bus car. I think that was a 6-speed. That was a 6-speed, wasn't it? So I think this is the first 5-speed bus. Anyway, very nice around that corner. We're doing about 80 kilometers per hour. I just realised I've got brake pressure. Oh yeah, one thing I haven't got. And after this I'll do the top speed test. See if out of both buses, if the top speed is different. Alright. I'll probably do this track in just 4th gear, honestly. Okay, through there, I don't think I need to brake there. No, I don't. Maybe. I don't need to shift up. I was hoping I could do the whole track in 4th. Pass the tyres. Come out to the last corner. Gamble, and across the line. Let's go do a top speed test because my software lagging. Seems that my PC is still lagging. I mean, it's not as bad as it was before because I was actually messing around with it last night before I went to bed. Well, I was playing another game and suddenly the whole computer crashed. And when I tried to restart it, it took forever to start. Like, I don't know why it did. I have a solid state drive, but I just don't know why it takes forever to start. I mean, I've only got one game installed on it, which is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That shouldn't harm anything. But anyway, let's go do a top speed test of this bus. Looks like we can get probably around about 90, I'm going to guess 95 for top speed. I'm pretty good at guessing, because Ross reviews in a video, I was watching a Ross reviews video, and I almost guessed his 0 to 100 time. And I got it at, I guess 5.7, it was like 5.68. Which is like, holy, that was a good guess. I'm good at guessing. Oh yeah, let's go reverse it a little bit. Are we ready? Are we ready to do a 0 to top speed test and see how well this bus goes? On the top speed test. I hope you are. Make sure you smash the like button if you are. Anyway, so first gear. Full throttle. We're going to full throttle launch. Go. Take it. Just did it like that, that's for sure. So yeah, that's slow as 40. Runway. And that's 60. Oh, by the way, I'll actually will show that. It sounds like it grinds gears before you if you don't push the clutch properly, which is cool. So anyway, so we are doing about 80 in 4th gear. Come on, this is very slow, this bus. I don't know if we're gonna make it to a top speed. We'll see. We're just shifting a little bit earlier than I do years. Yeah, we're not going to make it to top speed, so this is a very slow bus. We're not going to make it. Don't have a dog long enough straight away. But if I don't push the clutch here, it does grind gears for like a split bit. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn this around, park it here, and then we'll leave it here while we get the C954E out. So let's go ahead and straighten it out a little bit. There we go, that's straight. And reverse back a little bit. Why's it going forward? That's not. Oh, it went forward. Yeah, no, we're starting out. And there we go. Just like that. That was the C954. Let's jump into C954E. So I'll cut to it when that bus spawns. So here it is. This is the C954E. This one is the bus BS310 version with the Martin Uher skin. So in terms of the differences on the outside, the badge, as you can see, it says C954E. And apart from that, it's pretty much the same. I think even the interior is the same. I know it's a different interior as well because of a different skin. You can still open up all the windows and stuff with it. But I've got a feeling the windows are different too. I just realised that actually. Yeah, the windows are different as well. So there are some differences on the outside of there as well as the inside as well. So I open up all the windows again. So we get a good sound. And yeah, it's pretty much the same bus otherwise. So yeah, like I said, the interior is different. And also, down there is a conventional 6-speed manual. So the pattern is very different to the other one. So the first gear is obviously up there. Second's down there. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and reverse is down top right. Which thing works there. I'll go open the window this time. Anyway, so now we're going to get this bus started up again. So it's the same big electronics, so I'm not going to go through that again. So, key on. This one's done 1 million kilometers actually. This one's done 1 million, so this one's done a fair way more. I think it's 1 million. Yeah, 1,097,225 kilometers compared to 80,000. That was the new lights are all off. Let's go ahead and start her up. That's what's started her up. Like I said, sounds the same, it's just the transmission's really different. And you can press this to start this up. Makes a big noise, it's got a tachograph on. Well, that's actually the lights actually, I just realised that. It's your dash lights. I thought it was a tachograph, but it's not. The tachograph's different anyway, this one. You can't do anything with that card. Alright. I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and set this so stop moving females and driving. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to quickly flip it onto here. And we're going to put a pig in that one on it again, so I'm just going to floor it, get the pressure up. I think this one revs a little bit higher, so say it's revving up to about 2500 RPM. Let's get this pressure up. Started. For a bit, just like I did last time. And away we go in the 6-speed manual C954E. So it's pretty cool that both buses have like different gearboxes. It's very cool. Very cool difference. So it's 5th, and then we can drop it down to 6th when we hit 50, which we have. Let's see where. Okay, so it's actually a bit of a lower RPM, just shy of 1,000 RPM, which is not too bad. Good for fuel economy purposes too. Even the sounds are the same. And horn, I haven't checked the horn last one. That's the horn, the wipers. They are like, well, suicide wipers I think. I don't know what they're called. Exactly. Anyway, turning right here. Check out the second gear. Let's see if we can start the second gear. Because the last one almost kind of stalled out, and I would have recommended the first gear. But second gear, obviously smaller gear ratios. Can we start in second gear? Didn't even engage the gear. Right, let's go. And yeah, you still can almost do that. Right, let's go. Let's give it a little bit more emphasis to accelerate up to 50. But yeah, so that's the main difference with this bus is the 6-speed manual compared to 5-speed manual. Depending what kind of transmission you prefer, is the one that you're going to drive. But for me, I think I prefer the 6-speed over the 5-speed, so I'll probably be driving that and driving the 6-speed and no country driving. And yeah. So yeah, very nice bus to drive. So let's give it up. Let's get it up to 60. Let's see what rev range for about 1200 RPM on the sun. Which is not too bad. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do a 6th gear pull down, see if we can actually start in 6th gear. So we are in 6th gear already, so go ahead and put the clutch in so we don't pull it again. And then we'll brake. Like so. So everything's clear, which it is. Let's go and do a 6th gear. So rev it all up. Slowly lift off the clutch. Alright, let's see how long we go. So the last one was able to drive about 6 kilometers per hour, or 10 kilometers per hour. Out there, about the same for this one. It's still cruising, so let's go. Cruise speed a little bit, and we won't need to do a U-turn test because it's going to be exactly the same. So let's go do our lap. Let's get it up to about 50. Hopefully we can do it in 4th because that means we've got 3 gears on it. And yeah, it still doesn't warrant any fee if you don't push the clutch properly. But yeah, I won't need to do the test. But if I missed anything, let me know down in the comments below if you noticed something different as well, apart from the badging, the gearbox, the windows. Let me know down in the comments below. So, turning left, and away we go. And we don't have to walk 40 on. Maybe I could do this while doing all 40, I'm not too sure. We'll see. So through to the first corner, brakes. Nah, I can't do it. Like obviously some tracks you do second and third gear some race cars and you don't need more than that. But this one I need more than I need only. Kicks the already don't fall over. Let's go shoot. I was in fourth. I thought I was in freaking second. Yeah, I do need some phone here. Tells us steering here. Not too bad. And back on the power. Well, we're on the power anyway. You can see it. The reason why I have my top left thing, if you're wondering, is because it shows you like where my throttle position is, so you can see how I'm driving. Too early. Alright, through. Past the tyres. And back on the runway. There we go. Now, do we do a top speed test? The answer is yes, we're going to do a top speed test. So that's our lap. Did pretty well on the track. Let's go see how well it does on the top speed side of things. Yeah. So I hope you all had a fantastic week. Obviously today is Saturday. Tomorrow will be another OMSI episode. And it's going to be a little bit of a different bus. Like, it's quite a bit different. It's probably something that we haven't had on the channel before, in a way. We've had something similar, but we haven't had the full experience of that. So stay tuned till tomorrow's episode. Coming out at the same time as always, 6:20 PM Australian Central Standard Time. I think all daylight time, 1 or 2. I don't even know. I don't know if it's daylight savings now. I don't know. No, it's not. It's daylight savings. It's now summertime. Australian Central Summertime, whatever it is. Anyway, we're ready to do a top speed race. Sure, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, smash the like button now. 3, 2, 1, full throttle. Go. Go at the top of first gear at 20. Okay, 30. Let's start slowing down. I'm going to actually shift past the blue section of my dashboard here. 60. Because the race is starting to slow down, it's really getting really hard to pull and stuff like that. Which is something I don't like. I'm a very like constant acceleration. You know what I mean? It's just a bad gear ratios or something like that. Well, definitely faster than the other bus, that's for sure. Like it loses power band around about 2100 and then it just struggles to get fast further than that. Which I don't get why that's the case. Anyway, so we are able to beat Oh no, we're at the top speed, 95 k's an hour, just like I said. I think that one's actually a little bit faster, actually. Okay, so let's restart the engine. I'll start it up on the outside this time. I want to hear what it sounds like on the outside. It does sound a little bit different. There we go. So we'll go park this bus where... Actually, no, not this side. What am I doing? Oh, that's alright. Too late. We'll park it this side because we're checking it both out. Because usually it's this side. It's a big top speed. It's quite hard. It's alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and leave the engine running. I was going to talk about the pros and cons. So that is the C954 and C954E from Karosa. If you want to download it, the link is in the description down below. It's another OMSI download, which is where I found this bus from. Because otherwise it's probably going to have some issues with PNGs. I've had that happen in the past, and it's annoying. So the pros of this bus, there are some differences between the two models in terms of mechanical and visual. There's also everything works on the electronic side of things, and it's easy to drive. And the cons are, I would have to say, I kind of wish those lights weren't just like a ignition sequence sort of thing, like a just full display. I wish those lights actually meant something, especially the glow plug light, especially if it's really cold, actually stay on a bit longer than that, and then actually struggle to start a bit more. What else should I say? I kind of half wish that the lights aren't the switches aren't faded, so I don't know exactly what they are, and the power band's also a bit. Overall, give this bus a 7 out of 10. I do 100% recommend it because it's still a very good bus regardless. It's been around for a couple of years. I'll leave a link in the description for you to download it if you want to check it out for yourself. The C954 and C954E, and the main difference between them both, like I kept saying, is the transmission. So if you want to drive a 5-speed manual gearbox, you drive a C954. If you want to drive a 6-speed manual gearbox, you drive this one. Now there is another one called the Iris Bus Axle, which I believe comes with an automatic as well. If you're interested in that, I'm not going to include that in the description because that's a modern version of this bus. But yeah, so 7 out of 10. I do recommend it. If you did enjoy this video, again, sorry for my stumbling with words, all that stuff, because for some reason my brain's not wanting to work today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like down below. If you're stopping by for the first time, please subscribe. Stay tuned tomorrow for a very different bus to this. It's like on the opposite spectrum. Take care, have a good one. Bye-bye.